One giant leap for mankind.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
Sports Extra. From 7 to 8 p.m., highlights of local sports around the Cayman Islands. Sports Extra.
It's amazing to see the improvement of the team.
Sports Extra, keeping you informed.
And welcome to Radio Cayman Sports Extra. I'm your host, Dionne Anglin. Tonight on Sports Extra, we're spotlighting two major achievements in Cayman sports. First, we will look at an historic moment for youth innovation as the Cayman Islands staged its first ever STEM Racing National Finals. And of course, we'll hear from Cayman Motoring Federation President, Miss Jane Scaletta, who is here to tell us about the program and you know, how it's shaping the future engineers and motorsport talent. Good evening to you, Jane.
Good evening. It's super to be here.
It's nice to have you here again. I'm so happy. And I can't wait to hear all about Saturday's activities. However, in the second segment, Jane, we'll shift gears to the hardwood, where Cayman's U17 boys basketball team made an impressive international debut at the Rotan Invitational in Honduras. So joining us will be head coach Jonathan Powery, standout player Jovan Bevans, and team captain Amari Latham. And they'll be here to break down their third place finish. We placed third, our very first under-17 international tournament. And they're going to tell us what it means for Cayman basketball. So stay tuned, stay with us. We'll be right back with more Sports Extra in a minute.
Discover your dream home with Cayman National's home loan. Get up to 95% financing, repayment up to 40 years, and just a 0.5% commitment fee. Your interest rate? Depending on your risk factors, it'll be fixed or variable. Plus, you get a pre-approved credit card. This is a limited time offer. Dial 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
Got plant problems? DOA got solutions. The Department of Agriculture is proud to launch its monthly plant clinic, taking place every second Saturday, starting April 11th. Bring your samples and get professional advice on pests, diseases, and overall plant health. Perfect for home gardeners and commercial farmers alike. Visit doa.gov.ky/latest-news to learn more.
All right, welcome back to Radio Cayman Sports Extra. And we're here, if you're just tuning in, we're listening to Sports Extra, of course, and we're with CMF President, the Cayman Motoring Federation President, Jane Scaletta. Jane, good evening once again. And I know we hosted our first ever STEM Racing National Finals here in the Cayman Islands, held at the John Gray Gym last Saturday. What does it mean for the Cayman Islands to host such an event?
Do you know let me tell a little bit about the STEM racing
Sure, I would love that.
Because it's...
Not many people are...
STEM,
yes, yeah.
you know, science, technology,
yes.
Engineering, and math.
Yes.
Even though I have been told that there needs to be the A in there because there's a lot of art as well. Right?
So that's very true.
True.
Based on what I saw on Saturday, that's
right.
very true.
So the STEM racing program is actually recently renamed from Formula One in schools,
right,
which it has been for many, many years. And 2 years ago, it changed to STEM racing, supported by Formula One. So Formula One is still very much behind this. And basically, the program is for children to gain life skills, not just STEM skills.
Okay.
In a program where they pull together like a Formula One team. You can't have really more than 6 people. You have your team manager, your designer, your engineer, your the driver, right? And of course your marketing and your sponsorship team. And you come all together and you do design and build a little Formula One car. It is little, but it's fast.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you had the chance to see it when they were racing, the track is about 75 feet long.
Right.
And they do that track in about 1.3, 1.5 seconds. In fact, we do have an award for the fastest car, which was Velocity X at John Gray High School,
nice,
in 1.298 seconds.
Wow.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
That's
but
very fast.
you have to also be fast with reaction.
Yes,
eh?
okay.
So the reaction, your trigger finger has to be quick too, because then there's an overall score.
Right, right.
So it was pretty exciting. For the event itself, it's the program starts in September.
Okay.
So it started last year, September, and it ends in April with the nationals. In December of last year, we went to the STEM Racing USA Regionals.
Right.
And that's actually a virtual event. The only thing that's there are the cars, not the people.
Right, right.
Right.
That's pretty good.
And so it was a great opportunity for our schools who sent their cars and their portfolios and their verbal presentation by online to get judges' feedback.
Yes.
And from there, they were able to go, okay, let's get better at this.
Yeah.
So that's what they did from December to April.
Okay.
They really honed in on those skills with the information from the judges. So the program is broken down into 5 areas that they're judged. Design and engineering. Actually, their pit display, which is really important because, as you know, every Formula One has a pit. Enterprise and project management. And verbal presentation. Now, they have to speak for 10 minutes.
Ooh.
Or like say 8.
But it's not just one person, it's a team of them, right? So
That's
they
right.
can
That's the best
distribute
way.
that in the best way. Yeah.
Exactly. That's the best way. And then, of course, the on-track performance.
Right.
You know, so everybody likes the on-track performance.
Okay. So does the on-track performance include the verbal presentation as well? That's 10 minutes?
Nope.
Okay, that's different from the 10 minutes.
So it takes the whole day for you to go through the different judging phases, right? As we went into the early afternoon. There's a 960 accumulative points you can get out of the 5 areas.
Okay.
Actually, on the track, there's only 220 points that you can get. So there's 700-something points on the table that you need to do well at. Your portfolio needs to be good. Your design engineers, your engineering designs and drawings need to be good.
Who guided the students through this?
So, STEM Racing has a very complex, 2 of them actually, competition guide and technical guide.
Okay.
And the teachers are supposed to, of course, guide the students through this. It is quite student-led because all the information is there. Tells you what to do, how to do it, when to do it.
Okay.
And the teachers are there to guide them and to help them. One of the things that Cayman Motoring Federation was able to do over the last year and a half is bring the materials on island with the help of sponsors. And we have quite a few sponsors, which is fantastic.
Yes, I saw that.
Including the Ministry of Education and Training, who helped us get our second CNC machine. Now, most people don't even know what a CNC machine is.
Right.
You've heard of 3D printing?
Yes, we
There's
have.
CNC printing. So 3D printing adds little material and builds something.
Yes.
CNC printing, you have a block and it takes it away.
Okay.
So those kids started with a block, and they draw and design in the software. We use Autodesk Fusion, which we brought to the Cayman Islands as well. So we have free Autodesk Fusion for all the high schools that are interested. If you don't have it yet, contact me.
Okay. You hear that?
Any school, we want you to get into it. That is a software that most engineers are using today.
Okay.
So they're already getting life skills. They have to put together a project management plan, right? So they have to learn to do that, right? They have to learn how I did this, why I did this, why did we change it, what did we do to make the change?
Yes.
Then they have to be able to articulate that.
Yes.
Right, in that verbal presentation. And then, of course, the result, the race.
Awesome.
You know, is my car fast?
Yeah. Were you one of the judges?
No, actually, I'm just the organizer.
Oh, just the organizer. Okay.
Funnily enough, STEM Racing has a very complex judging training.
Okay.
And it's excellent. We put all the judges through that, and you actually get certified, STEM Racing certified, that you've been through the program.
Yes.
And they're broken down into all the different areas. So you can get your design and engineering certificate, you can get your pit display certificate, you can get your enterprise certificate, things like that. So.
Awesome. Jane, what would you say impressed you the most about the level of engineering and creativity that was displayed with the students this season?
Do you know, it was funny to see their first cars in September, October, November, and what was presented to the STEM Racing USA. They
Nice.
were kind of a little bit chubby cars, you know.
Okay.
They had, they looked like they had big fat bellies. and
Okay.
it was really cool. And
Was that intentionally done, or is it's
it's
just
the learning
a part of the learning process?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, and we might not have they might not have paid so much attention to the weight. However, the cars are what we call scrutineered, just like in a Formula One car.
Okay.
Every single piece of that car is measured. The width, the height, the
Okay.
length, the behind the wing, in front of the wing, behind the wheel, the height of the halo, the height of the helmet. I mean, everything is
Everything.
measured.
Nice.
And I think as we went through the program, the students started to hone in on the technical regulations, and the cars started to take a different shape.
Okay.
They got more line. They got smoother.
Okay.
They got
pretty
skinnier.
cool.
Became more like a bullet rather than a
Throughout the process.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool,
Yeah,
actually.
it is. It was
Yeah.
really great.
Yeah, nice. I know we had 5 schools participated this year, which was so cool. How did you see them grow from the start of the season to like national finals?
I think what I saw the most growth in was, this is exciting. We're going to do it. We're going to build a car.
Yeah.
And everybody went out and
Yeah.
started playing with the software and building a car. Then they realized in the competition we had at STEM Racing USA, there's a whole bunch of rules.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
A
rules.
lot of rules.
There's like 50, 60 pages of rules in
Okay.
2 different catalogs. So
Right.
I think that I saw the students' attention go from this is fun and kind of a hobby type thing
Right.
to this is really serious and we're doing something here.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of rules that go with it and a lot of detail, the attention to detail.
Yeah.
And I think that was the most highlighted thing I saw, is that the school started to take this really seriously.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's very good. The 20-meter racetrack, it brought a lot of excitement. What stood out to you most about the track performance?
I think that it's pretty exciting. It's got a little canister in each car, right?
Okay.
And the car is made with a area to put the canister in.
Okay.
And then it goes up against the starting block. And the starting block pierces the canister. The gas is released and the cars go down the track, right? It's very difficult to find a place to put a 75-foot track.
Yes.
That can stay up and you have access to it every day, anytime you want.
Okay.
So one of the hardest things that we've had to do is have the freedom for the schools and the area and where can we do this.
Right.
You can't just stay in a gym because the gyms are used, right? And there are not many boardrooms that long that are not being used. So what we'd love is a dedicated STEM racing space where we can put the CNC machine. We have an air visualization where you put your car in and you see the air go over it so you can fine-tune making the car even faster.
How long did it take to build it?
The track takes around, I would say, if you have 3 people, we can build it in an hour, just under an hour.
Okay. So it's sad that when you have to take that down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it'd be nice if you could keep it up, have a
it was
space
great.
like you said.
The week before we had the competition, the Lions Center was very helpful in letting us keep it up.
They always are.
Yes. Yeah. But it's also out in the elements a bit, and it's it's fragile. You don't want it to get
damaged.
Yes, in any way. Not that it would be damaged there or rain would be on it because it's covered. Just the humidity outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So, but the schools loved it because they could come out and they could race the track and they could practice and go back and test and tune and fix and cars. So I think that's probably our biggest challenge right now, especially since I already believe that some of the schools are going to take the next session with a different class. So there's 3 classes. You can start out an entry, and that's really basic, and it gets you involved in the program.
Okay.
All of our teams did development.
Okay.
And
that's the next step.
The next step, and it's pretty serious development.
Right.
But for you to go to world finals, which are held typically in Singapore around the Singapore Formula One race, you have to be a professional.
Right.
And the rules get even trickier.
Okay. Yeah. Do we have anyone yet on that level? That's gearing towards that?
I think so.
Yes,
I think that the majority of these schools could take professional next year.
What does it take to get there?
It's getting more serious.
Yeah.
Really paying attention to the rules.
Okay.
Learning a lot, as much as you can, from watching videos of what other STEM, world finals have participated and what they've done. It usually takes 2 to 3 years to make it to world finals.
Okay.
And this is perfect. We might be doing it in 2, but I think we'll find that some of the schools will now have 2 teams.
Okay.
They'll have a development team and they'll have a professional team.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's okay. They're allowed to do that.
Are there something such as qualification standards to take it professionally? And what is that?
It's just following the rules.
Just following rules.
Right.
Okay.
And then, of course, it comes down to the actual testing. Now, even if we have a team that does professional and they go to the USA, because that's going to be our benchmark, that helps us determine how we're doing compared to the USA.
Yes.
And then they can decide after that in December for their January, February, March, and April before the Nationals in 2027 happens. Are we doing this just for a good test run again to get even better, or are we going to go for World Finals?
Okay.
And I think that the closer you get to that 960 score,
yes,
it's not all about just the car. And you'll find that some of the schools really focused on the car. Beautiful cars, did really well on the track, but maybe they didn't put the effort into a portfolio or into their oral presentation.
Gotcha.
All of those are the same
that
points.
That matters, yeah.
There's only 220 points, actually, that are
for each.
For the car.
Okay.
So the other, out of the 5 areas, the other 4 areas make up the 960 in total. So you have to focus on all the areas. I mean, these are really life skills. These kids are going to come out of school already way ahead. Project management,
yes,
how to be a team, how to articulate that.
Yes.
It's a great program.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I did speak to someone from Apex Racers who spoke about that. From Lehman Eastcott High School, they were the 2026 national champions. So congratulations to them. What do you think set them apart from the rest this season?
I think they were pretty serious from the very beginning.
Good.
They were paying attention as best as possible to the rules before we went to the STEM Racing USA. Yeah. All the cars that went to our STEM Racing USA scored 0.
Okay.
They can get up to 100 points.
Okay.
And they all scored 0 points. So I think that's
good or that's bad?
That's bad. You
that's
want
bad.
the 100 points.
You want to get to. Okay, just
close
making sure I have that clear. Okay.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
And I think what that did was like, our car's a little bit too long, a little bit too heavy, a little bit too high, whatever it is but they went back to the drawing board.
Okay.
We have some talent, though, in all the schools. I saw a little bit of talent in each school. I really think that they could all go to professional level. And if of course, you have leavers in school. So the question is, who's going to stay for next year?
Right.
And so I think it's really important too that schools do more than one team. So you have that development team,
right?
Maybe a younger team that's
so they
going
get
into the
extra
next
time.
years. Yes, and then they do professional, and then they have already a professional team before they leave school. So there's that nice rollover.
Yes.
And that's the way the program is supposed to be run.
Okay. Awesome. And I'm going down the ladder here. I know Scorch Racing from Cayman Prep finished second, and they had 409.5 points. What did you see in their approach that made them so competitive?
Scorch Racing is really serious about this. I think that their whole attitude towards this is they're going to give somebody a run for their money.
Yeah.
They're a great team. The teachers are passionate. And you know what? That is actually, I would say, the teams that all placed had extremely passionate teachers about this. Every teacher that I had the opportunity to work with had a passion for motorsports,
right?
Formula One. STEM racing and the technicality is deep.
Right.
It really is deep. And I know that our training really helped for our judges. And now that we've finished our first round of judges, I'd like to extend the training to all of our teachers. It'll take them
nice.
that one depth
further
in,
definitely.
where now they have the technical expertise on what the teams are trying to accomplish.
Okay, nice. You know, I would say what a coincidence it was. I actually, when I got there, I interviewed 3 teams.
Okay.
And they happened to be the top 3 teams.
You were blessed. You're lucky.
I know, 5 teams that competed, and I interviewed Apex, Scorch, and I did CIS as well. So that's pretty cool. But I think Grace Christian is next. Actually, I did not get Grace Christian. It's Grace Christian. It was CIS I got.
Yes.
So Grace Christian Academy secured 3rd place.
Yes.
How important is it to see smaller schools performing in such a high-level competition?
You know, I think it's great. And here's what's so funny about the scoring.
Yeah.
So STEM Racing sends us a scoring sheet.
Nice.
It's massive. And if you just put in all the points from your judges, it comes out with who's won what.
Okay.
And you notice that in the special awards that we did, that Grace Christian Academy didn't come up very often.
Right.
Like they weren't the fastest car or the best engineered car or the verbal presentation.
So what set them apart?
Overall.
Yeah. Overall
scoring.
Right.
So after they put all their pieces together, while they might not have highlighted in just one, all their scores came together to come in 3rd.
That's
And
pretty cool.
and I asked the STEM Racing USA judges that joined us on the STEM Racing USA founders that joined us, because I've asked them to please fly down and help make this a success for us, because they're kind of like our mentors.
Right.
And I was like, that's really weird. I mean, you know, they didn't win the Best Sportsmanship Award or the Design and Engineering Award. How did they come 3rd? And it's because they're consistent. They were consistent in
throughout.
all of their scoring. Right.
Okay. Were they consistent throughout the entire tournament or just in the finals, would you say?
Well, the whole tournament is the
finals.
Is the
Okay.
finals, yes.
Okay.
Because what happens is there's 5 teams.
Yeah.
And we have 5 areas of judging,
Okay.
which is the way it happened. So every team was doing something. While
Okay.
one was being judged in design and engineering, the other was being judged in enterprise, which is your marketing and your branding. 2 were racing, and then the 5th one was doing verbal presentation. They were in 20-minute slots.
Good.
So after that first 20 minutes went, boom, we had a rotation. And then another 20, until all of them raced twice. Not necessarily against everybody, but just twice. And they all went through the judging process once.
All right. I see you mentioned scrutineering earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So CIS Racing earned awards for Best Engineered Car and scrutineering.
Yes.
Yeah. What does that say about the technical depth of that competition?
That was their focus for sure.
Yeah.
And they did a beautiful car. I mean, it was good looking. They actually chose to 3D print their car versus using the CNC machine.
Right, yes.
Which you can do in development, but in professional, it has to be CNC printed.
Okay.
So, but they did. They put out a really, really stunning car. It was beautiful. Wasn't the fastest, though, was it?
No.
Nope. Velocity X was at John Gray High School.
Yeah.
You know, they did the fastest car. And the fastest car is not including the reaction time. That is from start to finish, how fast that car went down the track.
Awesome. I like that. They had Velocity X had 1.298 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast,
That's
right?
very fast.
We can't even say 1, 2. It's done.
It's done.
It's done.
All right. So I know Ministers Isaac Rankin and Dionne Anglin attended the finals. How valuable is government support in building long-term STEM pathways, you think?
It's very valuable.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, we're developing motorsports, right? We're creating that passion for motorsports. It's an entry into motorsports, along with most of what Cayman Motoring Federation is doing now with the auto slalom, the karting that's just come on, and the esports. These are all entry into motorsports. And then to have the educational side, of course, this is a STEM program that's run through the schools. And to bring those together and have that passion, having both of those ministers there spoke volumes. And we thank them so much for actually being able to find in their schedule the time to come and to see it. Because it's not like you can just walk into a pickleball court and see everybody doing pickleball. It's not like that. You'd have to come to our sessions at the schools, or either testing
to
your
learn
car,
about it and
or
understand.
you'd have to come. Yes.
Yeah.
So you don't really see or know what this whole thing is until you go to one of the tournaments.
What was it like for them when they got there, the ministers?
You know, I think it was pretty exciting because I did see them taking video and pictures of the races.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
it
that
was
pretty
great.
good. Yeah.
And I think it was hopefully an aha moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a moment that they're able to reflect on and go, there is no other Caribbean country doing this.
You did mention that
That's
in a
right.
previous interview. Yeah.
Yes, we are the only Caribbean country so far.
That's incredible.
It is. So,
and from where you've taken the sport from start to now, national finals, that's incredible. It's huge, Jane. You're doing a fantastic job.
oh, thank you very much.
You're
but
very
you know
welcome.
what? I can't do it without the passion of these kids, right?
Yeah,
Or the
definitely.
teachers, or the parents.
And your sponsors.
The sponsors.
Yeah,
the
most
sponsors.
definitely.
In truth, Cayman Customs Automotive, from the minute I talked about this, they were like, I get it. I see this.
I was just about to
Yeah.
ask you what sort of feedback
Yeah.
you received from teachers, parents, and students, and even the ministers.
Yeah. You know, I happened to go to the Rotary Science Fair, just happened recently.
Okay.
And I was the keynote
Yes.
speaker. And it
Nice.
was interesting to talk about innovation and science
Okay.
and to do with motorsports. Well, what did we do? Through STEM racing in there, of course. I mean, that's innovation right there.
Yeah.
So it was brilliant, along with esports. So yes, that's it's all a part of that program that makes it successful.
This program, Jane, blends motorsport with real-world engineering. How does that help prepare students for future careers?
There's a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
Here. The program management, for one.
Okay.
Really, I should have had you as a star there, because they're verbal presentations. You need to be the judge next year.
okay.
Verbal presentations. You know, it gives you that confidence.
Okay.
It's always great to be a confident speaker, and no matter what you
Right.
do for presenting. Of course, the engineering side. As I had noted, because Cayman Motoring Federation worked hard with Autodesk to get actually Cayman listed as a country, and then get most of our schools on board. We're still trying to add more schools to it. They are using the engineering software that engineers use today.
Right.
So the CAD, the CAM, our teachers through Autodesk and our relationship with them can get certified in CAD and CAM for free.
Nice.
So you know, the teachers actually can step up and have an opportunity to make themselves better.
Speaking of verbal presentations, how were they? How were the 5 verbal presentations?
I did not have a chance to
witness it?
I witnessed it because they were doing it in a glassed room.
Okay.
And there was animation. There
Nice.
was confidence. There was Apex racers from Lehman Scotland High School won the verbal presentation.
Yes.
You could tell who practiced and who
They
didn't.
did.
You know, as with any presentation, right? If you don't practice and practice again, we know that you're not going to be that sharp. So, yeah, it was good. It was really good.
Awesome.
And you saw the different pits.
Yes, I did.
Brilliant.
I did.
Very-
I held one of the steering wheels. Somebody had
Oh,
their little
That's cool.
They made it like, you're gonna drive. I'm like, no, it's okay. I came here to do interviews. They're like, no, you're gonna drive. So I got my chance. The next season, though, it's September
Yes.
of this year through April of next year. Any improvements or expansions? What can schools expect?
I think that you're going to see some fun stuff. We have more tools.
Okay.
I think that we have a tech company, who is very, very interested in creating a project management software for our schools, just for STEM racing. So that is to keep them on track. So we're thinking of rolling that out. And I think it will be helpful. Of course, last year when we started was our first year for everybody.
Yes.
First for me.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know. It took me forever to read the rules over and over and over
Yeah.
again, and I still haven't quite got them all.
And it's a lot, Jane. What got you involved in something such as STEM?
Do you know, I in the whole motorsport world, I saw the World Finals on YouTube,
Yeah.
and I said, oh yeah, Cayman needs to be there.
Yeah.
That's it. That was it. I saw the World Finals, and
Yeah.
I was like, I love Formula One. I'm
Okay.
active. I
Nice.
like to go
See,
and
that's
see
where
it.
it starts.
Yes.
Formula One, you love that.
And when I was doing Formula One things, STEM racing at the World Finals, all those kids go to Formula One. They go to Singapore Formula One. They're in the pits,
Mm-hmm.
and they're talking to engineers. It'll change their life.
Definitely. Before we go, what is the message you have for schools or students who didn't participate this year, but they want to?
So get your school involved.
Yeah.
Right? You go to the website, which is CaymanMotoringFederation.org, and you go under events, and you'll see STEM racing. I'll tell you a little bit about it. You can email me, info@CaymanMotoringFederation.org, and say, our school is interested. Here's the great thing. We sponsor everything. I do ask the schools to sign a registration form and a fee of $175.
Okay.
We
That's
pay.
it.
That's it.
Yeah.
We pay for the schools to go to the USA. There is a cost for that. The
Yes.
equipment is a huge cost, but we're kind of past that.
Okay.
We still need to develop some more equipment, so we're going to go out for sponsorship for that. All the consumables, so the blocks, the wheels, the
Yeah.
axles,
Yes.
the halos, the everything.
Okay, everything. You guys sponsor all of that.
We do.
That's amazing.
And we put on the event itself, which was huge because there's so many little pieces that we have to put together to make it a great event.
Awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by. We got to have you on here. You know, every time I have you on here, it's like we can talk for the next half hour.
We could.
Yeah, definitely. I know you could.
Well,
definitely.
A little inside scoop.
Yes.
Our carts arrived on island.
Nice. You were telling me this off air. Amazing. Tell them what that's about.
So these are, in the world today, they're called carts, but this is go-karts.
Right.
And we are going to focus on the 7 to 16-year-olds.
Okay.
And we're going to develop our karting program till we have professional karters, young karters,
Nice.
competing internationally.
Awesome. All right, Jane, leave us there. Thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate you and what you're doing with the Cayman Motoring Federation and getting the kids involved in the schools. It's really important, starting them from such a young age as well. And I'm hoping that we get a few professionals going off to those international tournaments. That would be huge. Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much again. And stay tuned. We have the Cayman U17 boys basketball team here. They recently went to the Rotan Invitational where Cayman placed third. We got bronze. That's amazing. We're going to hear all about it in a minute. Stay tuned.
It's time to race for glory. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman and Cayman Brac proudly present the 48th George Anderson Memorial Sprint Meet, Saturday, May 2nd, starting at 9 a.m. at the Cayman Brac Sports Complex. Whether you're a primary school athlete, a high school sprinter, or part of a relay team, this event is for you. Mark your calendars, bring your game face, and race to win. The George Anderson Memorial Sprint Meet, Saturday, May 2nd at 9 a.m. Brought to you by the Lions Club of Grand Cayman and Cayman Brac.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center.
Specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Radio Cayman News.
Police Service has released its annual crime and traffic report.
Although incidents decreased by 6% compared to 2025, overall crime increased by 13%.
Says sex offenses rose 20%, making them the largest contributor to serious crime.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
7 days a week.
Sports Extra. From 7 to 8 p.m., highlights of local sports around the Cayman Islands. Sports Extra.
It's amazing to see the improvement of the team.
Sports Extra, keeping you informed.
All right, welcome back to Radio Cayman Sports Extra. And we have our national U17 boys team here with us, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves. We're going to start with the young man over there, all the way to the corner. You could start first.
Hi.
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Jovan Bevans.
Jovan Bevans. Let them hear you again.
My name is Jovan Bevans.
Okay, all right, that's good. And we had you here last week, but that's okay. For the new listeners just tuning in, tell them who you are.
I'm Amari Latham.
Awesome. You're the captain of the team.
Yes, ma'am.
That's how you say that. You know, you say Captain Amari Latham. All right. And what about you, Coach?
Head coach of the national team, U17 national team, Coach JP.
Okay, awesome. So, gentlemen, how was it? How was the tournament?
It was a good tournament, a very good learning experience for everybody on the trip.
Awesome. Is it what you expected? Because I remember you guys were saying something about the physicality of the teams. You were expecting that. Was it physical?
Yeah, it was very physical.
It was very physical. But you got that. You got
Yep.
that beautiful looking thing over there. Okay, that's pretty cool. As you can see the display on our desk. For those who are watching online, the beautiful trophy. It's the bronze trophy, or is it a participatory trophy?
No, bronze.
Just a bronze.
No participation trophy here.
Okay, all right. So I know, Coach JP, this was our first ever appearance in Rotan. What were your expectations heading into the tournament, apart from the physicality of it?
I definitely, besides the physicality part, I definitely expected to see different things, different type of technical setups from teams. And honestly, this is actually my first time coaching against Central American teams.
Okay.
So I definitely was intrigued to learn the different type of styles that they use. I think that was a big thing for me, but it wasn't nothing that we couldn't navigate.
What stood out to you with their styles?
Just more in terms of the structure that they had. So they were consistent in their structure all throughout. So if they played like a full court, zone press, they're doing that all the way back from straight into half court. Okay. And every single person on the team knew how to do it.
Okay. How did we adjust to that?
We adjusted game by game.
Okay.
I got to see some of the teams and just came up with different strategies with my assistant coaches and how to counter it. So it was really game by game, and none of their presses really trouble us. We had some good ball handlers that helped control the game.
Awesome. And I see we are joined here now by Liam. Hi, Liam.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? How was the tournament?
It was really good.
Yeah? Was it anything like what you and Amari spoke about last week, Tuesday?
Yes, I do believe so. I think we had high expectations and we delivered high expectations.
Okay.
High results. I mean, we got to compete, which was the best part.
Yeah.
Some things went our way, some things didn't. But at the end of the day, like I said, from the beginning, we were there to learn, to compete, and to, build as a team. And that's exactly what we did.
I like that, which leads to my next question. You finished third out of 8 international squads that competed as well. What does that result say, you think, for the progress of youth basketball in Cayman? One of you can answer.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Okay.
No, I think sets a strong foundation.
Mm-hmm.
We have been going at this for going on 3 years for the under-17 national team since I've been head coaching, and just laying the foundation each year. We've been building on our results, and I just continue to see improvement each and every year. Whether it's in Texas or whether it's playing local international tournaments here, we show up and we deliver.
Yeah, definitely.
So I do say it speaks high volumes. It shows that we're going in the right direction. We're not going away. Basketball is on the up, and we're here to make Cayman proud.
Coach, what impressed you most about the boys' resilience and their discipline over a 4-day tournament?
The togetherness.
Yeah.
I would say that, whether some were, maybe on the bench a little bit too much. Well, a little bit for one specific game. They still supported each other.
Yeah, well, that's good.
You know, and they realized that, you know, everyone had a role to play. And, you know, when it was their turn, they did their absolute best. And I think, you know, the unity was really what kept us together. And something that I always like preach about when going to international tournament is like, you know, we're in this together. Like, you know, we're not have a lot of fans over there cheering us on.
Right. So you got to be your biggest supporter.
Yeah, we have to be our biggest supporter. Like the 15 of us, the 12 players and 3 coaches, that is who we have to rely on in there. I mean, we did have some supporters from here,
other teams
from here that was there, and we definitely appreciate them.
Some parents.
Yeah, some parents. Just want to give them a shout out.
Definitely.
You know, for that, supporting us each game, and we definitely love that. But you know, being in their home, it was the rest of them, right?
Yeah, of course. So you faced teams from Honduras, of course, Guatemala, and Mexico, right? Anyone?
Right.
Am I forgetting anyone else apart from you guys?
No.
So it's just Guatemala, Honduras, and Mexico.
That's correct.
Okay, that's pretty good. Guys, what would you say about, you know, what did you learn about the level of regional competition? Coach spoke a little bit about it. What did you guys gather from it?
They're really hungry to win.
Yeah, but so are you guys. I mean, look at the result,
yes.
Right? Talk to me about that game, that third place game.
It was. I don't want to sound cocky, but it was pretty easy because.
Okay, so the game before that was the difficult game.
Yeah, the 2 games before that were the more difficult games.
And who were they? Who you played against?
We played a team from the mainland called
Atlantida.
Oh, you're the Spanish-speaking one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I got you. They spoke about you last Tuesday. Because I asked questions, who's going to be, you know, translating all this Spanish for you guys? Okay, all right, sounds good. Okay, so walk me through that game then, Liam. Talk to me about those high-intense games before the third-place match.
Before that third place match, they both have their differences. I believe when we played Atlantis, we had 2 games that day. Am I correct? Yeah. So
that was the second game.
Yeah. Regardless, playing 2 games in one day, especially at the intensity that we were playing at, was hard. Just because, like, it's a lot. We're running up and down. The gym was very, very hot.
Humid, yeah, I heard.
And so it made it hard physically, but it was also a mental thing. Like, we were waking up early. We were kind of just all over the place in different areas. Yeah. But like I said, like
it's the worst feeling in the world when you have a humid gym. How did you overcome that? How did you guys overcome that? Like you said, mind over matter.
Yeah.
But not everyone can do that. What did you captain? What do you say to your team to keep them encouraged?
I just want we gotta keep going, you know, because at the end of the day, if we don't keep going, then we'll just be giving up.
Okay. Awesome. Nice. Jovan. How are you? You good?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good. This was your first time competing internationally for Cayman?
Yes, ma'am.
In basketball?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You've played other sports. You play volleyball as well?
I do.
Have you competed internationally there?
I haven't competed internationally, but I've played here in Cayman.
All right. So. Okay. Do you still play volleyball?
From time to time.
Okay. All right. We like basketball more. You're not sure yet. Okay, we leave that alone. No, don't answer that. Okay, it's fine. What was going through your mind, Jovan, when you stepped onto the court in Rotan?
You know, I had to give my all.
Yeah.
I'm not here to represent myself. I'm here to represent another country.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, and we spoke about the physicality of the teams, right? How did the speed and physicality of the international teams compare to what you guys are used to at home?
I mean, I know we made a comment on the humid gyms. You know, playing here in AC,
it's quite comfortable.
You feel a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
But there, you have to sweat. You have to feel the sweat of other people. You have to feel that physicality, and I'd say it's a big step up from what I'm used to here.
Okay, and Okay. All right. What we'll do. Let me ask you one more question before we take our break. Your team showed strong chemistry, as Coach mentioned, throughout the event. What helped you all stay connected and focused?
The goal that we had to bring something back.
Okay.
I would say.
Yeah. Anyone want to add to that? Captain, you want to add to that? What helped you guys stay connected? What helped you all stay focused throughout the tournament?
Like Javon said, just the goal we had to bring something back home.
Okay, awesome. Well, we're going to take a short break. All right. When we get back, we'll talk a little bit more about. We'll talk to our captain. We're going to hear, about his responsibilities and how he kept the calm in the gym while throughout the tournament. Stay tuned.
Attention all farmers, importers, exporters, and valued customers. The Department of Agriculture made an important upgrade to better serve you. Effective immediately, their main reception will be accepting card payments only for key services such as rabies vaccinations, import and export permits, farmers' ID cards, animal adoptions, and processing. No cash payments will be accepted for these services at reception. This change will provide a more efficient service for everyone. So, remember to bring your debit or credit card when visiting the Department of Agriculture. For more information, call 947-3090.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by CG Britke. Insurance, health, pensions, life, where people come first.
Hello, this is Martha Watler. Happy 50th anniversary to Radio Cayman. It has been a true pleasure to have been a part of your journey for over 35 years. Wishing you continued growth and success as you keep informing, connecting, and entertaining the Cayman community for many years to come.
Sports Extra. From 7 to 8 p.m., highlights of local sports around the Cayman Islands. Sports Extra.
It's amazing to
and
see
you put them
the
in
improvement of the team.
Sports Extra, keeping you informed.
All right, welcome back to Radio Cayman Sports Extra. We're here with Coach Jonathan Powery. We have our captain Amari Latham and players Jovan Bevans and vice captain Liam Ramon here with us. Our Cayman basketball U17 squad. If you're just tuning in, they recently returned from Honduras where they placed third. We won bronze in the Rotan Invitational. That was pretty huge for Cayman. Amari, as captain, what did you learn from your leadership while competing against some of the region's top youths?
I mean, first of all, I want to give a shout out to my vice captain because there was a lot of times where I was getting frustrated and I couldn't calm down the team. And no matter what Liam was going through, he helped calm down the team. He played a big part.
And that's a part of the experience, right? And as you go through this, every competition, this is why kids need the exposure, right? These athletes need the exposure. And every game, every time you compete abroad, it will get better, right? The team, what does the third place finish, I should say, mean to you guys personally and as a team on a whole? What does that mean to you, the third place finish? You can go, Liam.
It means a lot. Like you said, it's having Cayman on a rise. So definitely happy we were able to come out there and play our heart out and place at least third.
What part of your games do you feel grew the most during this tournament? You played 4 games?
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, 5? Okay, that's good enough. What part of your game you saw improvement?
I guess adapting to the climate.
Apart from the climate.
I mean, yeah, but in terms of staying in shape, running up and down the court, that played a big part in that. And so
and you have to adjust to their style as well.
Yeah. Because I mean, they play a fast-paced game.
Yeah.
There was quick guards, talented bigs, and so I guess playing together, using everybody's capabilities and working them to their best ability, is the best way I could probably describe it.
And what were your favorite moments from the tournament, on or off the court? Why are you all laughing? What's going on? Something happened.
My favorite moment on the court is when we played the team from the mainland.
Okay. Why? You gonna share? Can you share?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's the best basketball I've ever played. Like the first 2 quarters, that's the best basketball I've ever played in my life. Like it's like we were in the zone. Like I could pass Liam the ball and Jovan knows to cut. Like we didn't have to scream it out or
chemistry.
Yeah, the chemistry was just
flowing.
clicking.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Awesome. Now that you've had a taste of international competition, what are your personal goals moving forward? What's practice gonna look like? When coach does not call practice, what's your off time gonna look like? That's basically what I'm asking.
Well, I would have to most definitely say I have to hit the weight room because, you know.
To do what? You jumping out the gym already?
Yeah, but there's more.
I know there's more to it. Of course,
yeah.
of course.
So I would say most definitely.
What part of the tournament you've had an experience where you've realized I need to hit the weights?
When we played, actually every team. Cause like I said,
you're a lot more physical than you
physical.
guys. Is that on the ins? What position you play? Center, forward,
yeah,
power forward.
Center, yeah.
Okay, so they were more physical on the inside. You think?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Also being able to finish through contact is a very important thing.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, and how tall were they, the guys?
There was only like one player that was like me and Jovan's height, probably a little taller.
Okay.
So
speed is a factor.
Yeah, it was really.
Yeah. Okay. Pretty good. What about our fitness? How was our fitness level, coach?
I think our guys were pretty fit.
Yeah.
To be honest, they playing in those conditions and the way that they kept up, it did kind of show a little bit in the fourth quarter. But that was just to be maintained. But if the players got a minute or two break, they were able to go on and continue to compete at a high level. So I must say I am pleased with the fitness level I saw.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did representing Cayman on the international stage change your perspective on the game, guys? Especially for you, Jovan. This is like your first major tournament, right? Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Well, seeing how the people from the different countries, their style of basketball, their style of play, it's also made me realize that there's more to basketball than what we're used to, and being able to learn and adapt to those conditions and those styles of play, it's really important, and you always have to expect the unexpected.
Speaking of styles, what's Cayman's style? What's the team style of play?
So the team style that I've always implemented and always pushed was a defense first type of style, because there can always be off night shooting, but if you can keep your defense strong, then you still have a chance to win. So we play very aggressive defense, and we play different types of defense. Again, we adapt to the team. Maybe they have one or two good players that are really hurting us, and we need to limit their touches. So it's kind of like a mastermind on defense, and then just utilizing the players on offense to the best of their abilities to get us in positions to score. So that has been our style, and it's flows straight up into the higher levels. So when they get to the higher levels, they know already.
Tell me, what are your views on how these three gentlemen here performed?
I'm just very proud. I'm very impressed with the level that they played at. They, considering all the different conditions, there were adversity on the court, and just the way they battled through. I'm proud of all three of them, and proud of the whole entire team. I couldn't ask for a better 12 group of guys to take, and like I told them all, is like I look forward to them pushing on, and just tell them this is just a beginning. This is just a foundation that was laid.
Yeah, definitely.
So definitely excited to see where they go from here.
Definitely. SEBA, as you all know, has been investing heavily in youth development. From your perspective, how did that investment show up on the court in Rotan?
Definitely is very been supported from the president, Colin. I speak to him quite a bit, and he always, when we first told him about, we have this opportunity to go to Rotan and compete in international competition, he was all for it, and just being there to support in terms of funding and whatever they can do. And I also want to give a shout out to Xtra, who was really our main sponsor that helped us significantly with this trip. Thank you, Xtra, if you're listening. We did not disappoint. We brought back something, and also there were a couple other people that did contribute to this trip. So thank you.
What's next for the guys?
So what we're planning next is July. We're planning to go to the AAU World Championships.
Nice.
In Orlando.
It's a different style of basketball all over again.
Yes.
But Liam should be used to that style. Yeah.
Hopefully,
yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, it's nothing different than. I don't think it's nothing different than the.
Lots of screen and rolls.
Yeah.
Lots of screen and roll. So different, right? Let me ask you a question. On that level, that side of the world where you guys competed in Rotan, what was screen and roll like? Was there a lot of it? Oh no, it's just run and gun.
Run and gun, and then they had players that can shoot.
Right.
Well,
so you see the completely different level of styles. So when you go to America now, you're gonna be hit with a different style, and believe it or not, that's the most complicated style because you got to learn to get out of those screens, so you get trapped, right? So I'm sure that's something that coach is gonna take you back and have you guys prepare about how to get out of a screen, because it's not easy, and I know Liam knows, because it's not just one screen hitting you, it's 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
But it's basketball, is what we love, and it's what you guys live for, right? Oh, that's pretty good. And we know, okay, we have a couple of minutes left, so we could talk a little bit about the playoffs, the NBA playoffs. What are your teams? Everybody better say Lakers.
Okay, I'll go first. I'll go first.
Look at his face. He's like, whatever. Okay, go ahead.
So this might surprise a lot of people, but I've always been a big fan of KD. And,
I am as well, yeah.
And unfortunately, he went down before the playoff series. So back to being a neutral, because I know they're going to get a bunks.
He's back to cheering for everyone.
Yes.
All right. Amari, what about you? Who are you rooting for?
OKC.
OKC, awesome. All right, that's good. Jovan?
I don't actually have one team. I have two teams that I'm rooting for, and that's the Timberwolves and the Spurs.
These young people, they got two teams. Okay. But anyway, go ahead, Leon. Let me hear from you.
I've always been a Warriors fan.
Warriors.
So I'm kind of in the same boat.
Nobody said Lakers. I'm upset. Actually, I don't know if to be upset or not, because I'm not a LeBron fan, but I'm a Lakers fan.
You're conflicted.
Okay. What? Trust me. Tell me about it. So who's winning? Who's winning this year? I mean, I know you have your preferences and your teams that you love, but based on how the outcome is looking, who do you think is winning this year?
Barring no injuries, I personally believe it probably might be OKC and Boston.
Didn't they go to the finals last year? Was it them?
It was OKC in Indiana.
Okay.
But Boston is looking scary.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Is there anything that you would like to say before we head out? Something that I may not have asked you, but you'd like to get out there to the public?
I just last say that, thank you again to the community. And we just continue to ask for your support. Basketball is on the rise in Cayman. We work very tirelessly on our craft. And, we just crave your support, continued support.
And we have our under-16 tournament that's going on right now, right?
Correct.
And that's at CIS.
Yes.
And is it always at CIS? Are the games always, or sometimes at John Gray?
I think there's some games at John Gray on Saturdays.
Saturdays?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So they can always head on out to CIS or John Gray. What's it? It's Tuesday? Tuesdays is at CIS.
Correct.
And Saturday at John Gray for the under-16. And you guys had some under-16 players on your team as well. How did they perform?
Very good, yeah.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's pretty
good.
impressive.
Many of them are playing tonight, so they're right
exactly.
back at it.
Right, yeah. Poor thing's probably tired. All right, well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Guys, anything else before you head out?
Like Coach JB said, I just want to thank Cayman for supporting us because, you know, we're the group of guys that when we put on them colors, we're going to represent every single time. So just want to say thank you.
I like that. Anything else? Or he said it all?
I think he said it all.
Yeah, like you were saying, the sponsors, you know, the community, and then obviously, besides all of that, Coach, you know, you and the rest of the coaching staff, wouldn't have been possible without you guys to begin with. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you. That brings us to the end of tonight's edition of Sports Extra. Thank you so much to Jane Scaletta. She is the Cayman Motoring Federation president that was here previously, and of course to our National U17 boys. Congratulations again, and I'm wishing you all the best throughout the season. And you guys head off to that the AA tournament, AAU.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And that's going to be pretty intense, and I just love it. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys compete. I know you can. I know you'll do well and make Cayman proud. I'm Dionne Anglin. Thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to hearing from us again next week, Tuesday. We have a very packed show for you. Stay tuned.
From 7 to 8 p.m., highlights of local sports around the Cayman Islands. Sports Extra.
It's amazing to see the improvement of the team.
Sports Extra, keeping you informed.